And you're welcome back. We've been having discussions on property acquisition or price surges, okay, in property acquisition right here in Ghana. And Mr. Kwabena Darko, who is a real estate broker in with Global Housing TV, is the one who is helping us to unlock what it means to acquire properties here in Ghana. What should a regular Ghanaian go through? I'm talking laws and processes in order to put up a building in Ghana.
I think the first thing you're supposed to do is acquire your land and make sure it's registered. I always emphasize on that. Even if you, before you acquire the land, make sure there is no litigation and you're buying it from the right source.
How do you know this is the right source?
You have to go to the Land Commission. They'll be able to check it up for you without making any mistake because it's becoming a problem. Land Commission, when you see the land and you think you like it, ask for the documentations about the land. Take it to the Land Commission and they will certify it for you, whether it's yes or no.
Okay.
Yeah. From there, you can go ahead with your plan and show it to the town and country planners, whether the site is...
Town and country planners.
Yes.
So you're supposed to take your plan, your house plan, after you've worked with your...
Yes. There's an agency supposed to look into that.
The town and country planning office is supposed to look into your plan.
Yes.
See if the building or your plan...
The place of the land...
Okay.
...does not fall into any area that is not demarcated.
Like a Ramsar site?
Yes.
Okay.
That saves you a lot.
All right.
Before you start building.
Okay.
To ease yourself from every problem or any trouble.
I see. What factors do you consider before you build, aside going through the processes?
It's relative, I would say that, because at the end of the day, if you want to build, definitely you're going to have what type of house you want in your mind or your family size. You look into that first. Family size, you look into your pocket size. Automatically, your pocket will direct you as to what type of building you have to put on. Do you get me?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you wouldn't tell me you are average earner and you want a mansion for yourself. At the end of the day, you are going to end up starving your family.
I see.
So you cut your pocket, you look at your property according to your pocket size, and from there you first also look at the location. As I said, location is very important because at the end of the day, you wouldn't live at where it's going to put extra cost on your pocket before you get to work. It's always not advisable.
So those who live in Dodua and Odus and work in Accra Central, that's like...
They want that pressure and they're going through it.
Those are the lands that they can afford. I mean, because if you can't afford the land in the city, why then would you...
So it's better I would say it would be better you rent and live comfortably to your work and save in future towards that than to say, oh, because I've built... Because I need to build, you build in, let's say, Dodowa, as you rightly said, and go to work at, Accra Central, which it will cost you your sleep, it will cost you a lot of things, because at the end of the day, if something is, or let's say if you leave something at home on your way to work, are you thinking about the traffic you're going to be in before you get back to where you are? You have to look at all this before you choose a location for your property. And this all comes to play when you want to build.
I see. Let's talk building for foreigners. Many people, have different properties in many places, right? What should a foreigner go through? What should be their process of acquisition? What are the laws that govern them for a foreigner to actually acquire property here?
Was it going to be through real estate agencies?
Yes, I don't mind.
Okay, let's say...
If it's going to be, so both ways, real estate and then no real estate.
No real estate. Okay, let's take the real estate one for now. I think the foreigner first need to do a lot of inquiries and get the legit real estate company.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, you might end up in wrong hands, which might cost you a lot. Because there are a lot of people like that in the market or in the system. So you need to do due diligence in sorting out which type or which real estate company can I trust. After doing that, you have to go through the documentation, look into it. Even if you are not here, get a trusted person over here to look into the documentation for you before you even think of coming down or sending down any finances for the purchase.
Okay.
Secondly, you shouldn't forget that there's always lease terms or lease conditions on every property in this country. And you're supposed to be ready to go by it before you purchase the property.
Okay.
And when you are cool with all these things, I think you can calm down and get whatever property you want and live in peace.
And I learned the lease is for 50 years. What happens after 50 years?
After 50 years, in some cases, you would have to renew by some quota of amount before you can renew.
You can reuse the property
reuse the
again.
property.
So you'd have to renew.
Or from the agency.
Okay.
Yeah. And in the case of without an agency you have to go through all the things we spoke about to land acquisition, getting the right person to do the sorting for you and before you can also start building.
That's interesting. So for a foreigner, yes, you can get a property here, but you'd
Of
have to
course.
go through lands commission and all of that.
Yes,
and
you have to go through that because that is a policies in this country.
Yeah, and then the lease is given for 50 years.
Yeah.
So after 50 years, you would have to renew.
You
don't say the property is
It's mine, it's mine.
so-
Yeah. You cannot fight over that. That is why I said you should do due diligence on the documents before you sign.
I see.
Yeah.
What are some of the challenges that you face as a real estate person, and then how do you think that the government will be able to help curb some of these challenges that you go through?
I would say the foreign currency fluctuation plays very vital. It's a headache. For instance, as of now, I would say a lot of real estate companies are in dilemma whether to sell their homes or not to sell because the dollar dropped. And those out there who are willing to buy these homes are saying that, why are you quoting this at this price when the dollar has dropped? And when you decide to sell in your old dollar rate, it means you are going to lose. Because you've already quoted the price, which is already on the net or on your blog. And everyone is looking at it. Oh, okay, so your 2-bedroom is 10 Ghana cedis. So, or let's say $10. So, back then, months ago, he could or she couldn't afford it. But now the dollar is dropped, he or she is ready. And when you sell it at that rate, it means you're going to lose some money. And you look into your future expenditures. Because dropping in these areas wouldn't affect iron rods. Cement is not dropping. Labor cost maintained, is stagnant. You cannot go and tell a laborer or let's say a mason that, oh, before it was like this, so now the dollar dropped, I'm reducing it. No, it's static. So at the end of the day, all these prices are static. You cannot do anything about it. But because the dollar dropped, it's going to affect your work.
Okay, and how can the government help with that?
So in this case, I would say that is where I remember our president said when the dollar drops more, it's going to have economic effect on the country. And yes, it's true. Because at the end of the day, if it drops more, a lot of importers will have problems. So in this case, the government's supposed to, or I would say we would wish that the dollar gets stable or the foreign currencies are stable for a very long time. That one, you can do your pricing and do it well for a long time.
I see. Well, so there it is. Acquisition has to go through the law to the right offices and must be done right. Let me take your last words before we go. So what would be your last words before we finally sign out?
I would advise my viewers that whenever you want to purchase or you want to own a property, one, think about location. Look into your pockets. Look into your pocket to know your pocket size. Think about your family and the type of building you want to have or type of property you want to have. These are the things that play a major role because at the end of the day, you wouldn't like to build elsewhere and they're going elsewhere to work to put extra pressure on you. And you cannot tell yourself, I'm putting up this structure like those I found or those I see in East Legon when you are living somewhere, let's say Ablekuma, and be starving your family. Because you always have to look into your pocket, as we say, cut your coat according to your size. And you always have to look at location, which is very important, as I rightly said. And focus on yourself, and I think push on, and everything will be all right.
Right. So you heard the good man. He says to push on and everything will be all right. We've had Kwabena Darko in studio talking. He's a real estate broker from Global House TV. And we've been talking about property price surge in the city. That's what we draw the curtains of for the morning show today. We've had quite a morning show. The country is still mourning, but
yeah, it's true.
It is well. Yeah, it is well. We'll come back tomorrow, and in the voice of Kaku, we'll be back to do it all over again. See you tomorrow.